Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Ryan. I got a great show for you here today between the San Francisco Giants and the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes, so let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Friday, everyone. And on the thumb, on the left, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee, and on the right, the phenom Colt Emerson. And now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting San Francisco Giants. Leading off for the Giants at second base, Luis Arraez. Batting second, DHing for San Francisco, Bryce Eldridge. Batting third, playing third base, Casey Schmidt. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, Rafael Devers. Batting fifth, playing left field, Elliot Ramos. Batting sixth, playing right field, Jung-Hoo Lee. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Willie Adames. Batting eighth, playing center field, Drew Gilbert. And batting ninth, catching today for San Fran, Drew Kavanaugh. And on the mound for the Giants with a 6-8 record, ERA of 4.27, it is Landon Roop. And now let's get into the starting lineup for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, playing left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting third, DHing for Seattle, the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, catching today for Seattle, big dumper Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, playing first base, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Batting sixth, playing second base, Cole Clutch Young. Batting seventh, playing right field, Mr. Hustle himself, Luke Raley. Batting eighth, playing center field, Victor Robles. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, the phenom, Colt Emerson. And on the mound for the Mariners, our number one, our ace, 4-3 record, ERA of 2.18. It's Miller time, Bryce Miller. And a quick Julio Rodriguez update. We figured he would be in the lineup after having an extensive time off. Obviously missing the Marlins and Tampa Bay Rays series. He warmed up. Everything looked good, but they just wanted to kind of go through the motions and go through the process. I do assume he will be in the lineup tomorrow against the Giants in the Saturday afternoon matchup. So probably no Julio today unless they have him pinch hit later in the game, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. But I would assume we'll have to wait until tomorrow. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40-plus years on the radio for this legend and icon, and we are going to dedicate every stream this season to one and only, one of my faves, Rick Riz. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Jack in the building, what's good? Appreciate you. Mike in the building, and Jack is going to get us started here early. $1 holla, every dollar counts. And we're at $1.99 to go. Thank you so much. And, from $1 to $5 to $10 to any amount is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Daniel in the building, Callie in the building, Andrea in the building, Sean in the building. How are you guys? It feels like, we haven't done a Mariner game in ages. We did the home run derby and we did the All-Star game, but it's just not the same, compared to the Seattle Mariners. So I'm very excited. I was hoping that Julio would be in the lineup today, but again, we have to be patient. Concussions are one of those things that are not really easy to manage, and you want to make sure you don't rush a guy back, even though it didn't really look like it was that big of a deal as he was going from first to second base. Yeah, he got hit in the batting helmet in the back of the head, but it's not like it was a 100-mile-an-hour throw, but still, you got to be safe rather than sorry, and we want Julio to be healthy, obviously long-term. And it seems like Brendan Donovan is starting his rehab process, and hopefully we'll have Brendan Donovan back in about a week and a half or so, as long as he doesn't have a setback. And for Julio, hopefully tomorrow. Let's go, baby. Not what a great, obviously start for Bryce Miller here. First game back, 10 games, obviously on the season, 4-3 record, 2.18. Obviously, ERA, maybe a win-loss record should be a little bit higher, but the magic number is going to be 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. We're going to want Bryce to give up 2 runs or less, maximum 3, just because we don't really know how the bullpen is going to look. But again, if we can end up hitting those numbers, we should be able to get to 500 and then hopefully be able to go on a nice little win streak. The July schedule is pretty favorable. August is going to be really hard. And then September, it gets a little bit easier. But again, we just got to take it one game at a time. And I do believe this team can end up representing the American League. I do believe that we can still win the AL West. And if for whatever reason we don't, I still think we can get a wild card. And I still think we can make a deep run. Yes, the Tampa Bay Rays are good. Yes, the Yankees will be good, regardless if they have Aaron Judge or not. Right? We know we're going to be battling the Rangers and the Astros. There's no doubt about that. And we'll see if the Athletics can make a little bit of a run. And the White Sox and Guardians are playing good ball at the moment. So again, just one pitch and one game at a time, and we can get there. All right, first pitch here from Bryce Miller to Luis Ariz. Pitches inside with a 4-seam fastball, 1-0 count. Parker in the building. What's good? Oh, 4th of July game was incredible. One of the best games I've ever been to. 11-0. Grand salami by Randy. 3-run jack by Cal. 2-run bomb by Dom. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike from Miller to Ariz. Megan in the building. How are you? Top of the first inning. 0-0. Giants and Mariners. Miller on the mound. Ariz in the box. 1-1 pitch for Miller. High and inside. 4-seam fastball missing on Luis Ariz. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Top of the first inning. 0-0. Giants and Mariners. No, they did a bucket hat giveaway, but for whatever reason, they ran out, about 20 minutes, supposedly, after we got there. And that's popped up at third to J.P. Crawford, and that is 1 up and 1 down. Good defense there by J.P. Down goes Luis Ariz, a very dangerous hitter. And again, it really is going to go through Luis. And as long as we can minimize the damage, we'll be just fine. Next up, in the 2-hole, DHing Bryce Eldridge. On deck, in the 3-hole, third baseman Casey Schmidt. First pitch from Miller to Eldridge, right down the middle with some high heat. 4-seam fastball, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, foul back behind the plate. Nice splitter there by Bryce. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the first inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. And I've never missed on a giveaway. And again, they opened the doors 2 hours early at 11:10. The game started at 1:10 for the 4th of July. And we got in maybe around, maybe 11:25, 11:30, after we were waiting in line. And we went through the main entrance, and there might have been bucket hats available in some of the side entrances. But we went in there and they said they're all gone. And we were like, what? I've never been to a Mariner game with a giveaway and not gotten something. But it's all right. It's not like it's something I would have worn on a daily basis anyways. Pitches low and away with a splitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bryce Eldridge. 1-2 pitch, fouled off and out of play. Splitter, 84 miles an hour there by Bryce Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. One-two pitch, big swing and a miss, and got him. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. An early punch out there for Bryce Miller, and hopefully we can get somewhere between 7 and 10 Ks today, unless he starts throwing the high heat, and maybe we can end up getting 10 to 13. But again, it's a little early to be able to go for that. Nice job there by Bryce, bringing the electricity early. Next up in the 3-hole, third baseman Casey Schmidt. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats and the best beats on YouTube. First pitch is fouled off and out of play. Shout out to our female audience, all of our new subs, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. 280 average, 19 homers, and 50 ribbies by Casey Schmidt this season in 2026. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Good frame job there by Cal, but didn't get the call. 1 ball and 1 strike from Bryce Miller to Casey Schmidt. Angry in the building, what's good? One pitch, low and away. Just missing with the sweeper there. 2 balls and 1 strike from Miller to Schmidt. Trident's up, let's go M's. Two-one pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball missing just by a few inches there to Casey Schmidt. 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the first inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. And it feels good, to finally, be in the second half of the season. It's gone by pretty quick. And that's in there for a strike on the corner, high and away. Beautiful pitch with that four-seam fastball there by Bryce Miller. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Schmidt. But again, it feels good, even though we didn't really maybe expect the record that we have, but we're still in great position to win the AL West and to be the top team to come out of the American League when it's all said and done. 3-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 looking. My, oh my. What a job there by Bryce Miller. And we're going to get a challenge here, I believe, by Casey Schmidt. He doesn't think it was strike 3. And it is right on the corner. Schmidt can't believe it. And way to bring the electricity. They lose the challenge, San Francisco, and they only have 1 left. Way to bring the electricity, Bryce Miller. It is Miller time. All right, let's go to the bottom of the first inning and see who's up for our Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners at third base, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, our all-star this season, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And batting third, the Italian Stallion, DHing for Seattle, Dominic Canzone. Trident's up, let's go M's. We're at 1 on the Dono train, 99 to go. 68 subs to go to 24,500. And we're at 26 likes. Good start. 74 to 100. Justin in the building. What's good, brother? Trident's up. Let's go M's, baby. We got a afternoon game tomorrow, I believe around 4:30ish. And then we'll have a early afternoon game on Sunday, I believe around 1-ish Pacific time. So, you're going to get a different time on these 3 games. And again, hopefully we have Julio Rodriguez back in the lineup tomorrow and Sunday. We've desperately missed him. He definitely is an impact guy, just like Aaron Judge, obviously on the New York Yankees. And, it's hard to win games when you don't have one of your best players, playing on an everyday basis. And I'm really excited for Brendan Donovan to rejoin the team at third base in about a week and a half. First pitch to J.P. Crawford, line drive up the middle, little slow dribbler, throw to first, and that is one away. Hopefully J.P. will be able to work the count a little bit more. Normally J.P. is known to get to pitch 5, 6, 7, 8, and swinging at the first pitch is a little uncharacteristic for J.P. That is one up and one down. Next up, the all-star this year, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Now, he may have issues hustling to first base. He may have issues, with ground balls and hustle out there in left field. But one thing that he has proven this year is that he can hit. And there's no doubt about that. One of our most consistent hitters from the beginning season until this point right here. And we get Randy with an early challenge, and hopefully he doesn't challenge 2 pitches in his at-bat like he did a few days back and then lose both, and then we lose all of our challenges. It was a Giants challenge, and it was a ball confirmed. I thought Randy challenged. It's like, come on, Randy. We don't need you challenging this soon. And Giants are out of challenges. I like that. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, low and away. And anytime you can end up, getting the opponent out of their challenges in the first inning, you're at a huge advantage, especially in a close game late. Sinker 94 miles an hour right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. 1-1 pitch, called a strike. Randy decides to challenge. And Randy loses the challenge. Come on, guys. Why are we challenging so early here? And now the Mariners only have 1 challenge left. Giants have none. Strike looking is confirmed with the cutter. 1-2 pitch from Roop. And gets fouled back to the T-Mobile bricks. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Chris in the building, what's good? One-two pitch, pop behind the plate and foul. Curveball, 77 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Landon Roop on the mound, Randy Arozarena in the box. One-two pitch, little dribbler up the middle, throw to first, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Down goes JP, down goes Randy. Let's see if we can get something going here in the 3-hole, the Italian Stallion, Dominic Canzone. On deck is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Dom. Dom's been having a fantastic season for the Mariners so far. Pacing for 25 to 30 home runs. First pitch is low and away with the changeup. 88 miles an hour there by Landon Roop. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Hard hit ball towards first base. A laser and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roop to Canzone. One pitch, big swing and a miss there by Dom. Changeup, 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Roop to Canzone. 1-2 pitch, incoming. Let's see if we get something going here with Dom. Popped up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Roop to Canzone. One-two pitch, popped up and out of play. Leading the team with 15 homers, Julio and Luke Raley with 14. And just a few more home runs for a few more individuals to get into double digits, like Josh Naylor and Cal Raleigh. Just need a few more, and we'll have a good majority of the team. Same thing with Colt Emerson, only 3 away. Obviously, Victor Robles hasn't hit a home run, so he'd be the only one, but normally he's a backup and a rotational player. So, but it's a little shocking that Robles hasn't cranked one for at least, one home run at this point. But, we assume he'll end up getting at least a couple before the season ends. At least we hope. Pitches low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Roop to Canzone. Change up 87 miles an hour there by Roop. 2-2 pitch. Low and away. Curveball getting away from Roop there. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Roop to Canzone. And we need patience in the box. We need to be able to take advantage of these pitchers, get the pitch count up, and then, hopefully get a few walks along the way. 3-2 pitch. And speaking of walk, there we go. And I'll take a walk any day of the week. Great job there by Dom with the patience in the box. And Dominic Canzone makes his way to first. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Single, double, home run. One more home run puts you at 10. Let's go. First pitch is high and away. 1-0 count. 4-seam fastball missing there by Landon Roop. Velasco in the building. What's good? 1-0 pitch from Roop. Hard hit ball. Deep right field. Back. I didn't want to call it a homer until I was sure, and I saw it, going towards that foul pole, and I was, oh, please. And it ended up just going foul there at the very end. But, that's the type of swing and the type of hit that we expect. And everyone in the dugout thought, they were trying to point that ball to that other side of that foul pole. But hopefully that's a good sign, for Cal, not only for this game, but in the series as well. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first. But it would be great, to get off to an early 2-0 lead if Cal were able to get his 10th homer at this at-bat. But, we'll see. We got to be patient. 1-1 pitch, high and away. Count now is 2 balls and 1 strike from Roop to big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Rocking the City Connects today. Looking fly out there. 2-1 pitch. And a little check swing goes towards the pitcher. Throw to first. And that is 3 up and 3 down after the walk to Canzone. All right, it's the end of the first inning. 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Next up for the Giants in the 4-hole, first baseman Rafael Devers. Batting second in the 5-hole, left fielder Elliot Ramos. And batting third in the 6-hole, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. Trident sub, let's go M's. 68 subs to go to 24,500. Less than 600 to go to 25,000, which is very exciting. It looks like we gained a sub during the commercial break. Thank you so much. 67 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 1 on the Dono train, 99 to go. And we are at 44 likes. A little nice Julio Rodriguez. 56 to 100. Fourth in the building. What's good? Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. End of the first inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. So far, so good with Bryce. 1 inning pitch, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 Ks, 15 pitches, 9 strikes with a 2.15 ERA. Pacing for 12 Ks so far. And first up for Bryce Miller, first baseman Rafael Devers. On deck is Elio Ramos. Let's go, Bryce. First pitch in there for a strike with a beautiful slider there to Devas. Slider 87 miles an hour, low and away, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Bryce Miller. No balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Devas. Oh, 2 pitch, little hesitation there by Bryce. Big swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. And normally you don't see Bryce, have any type of hesitation in his giddy up and his delivery, but that definitely fooled Devers, and that is 1 away. Nice job, Bryce. 1 up and 1 down. Next up is Elio Ramos. On deck, Jung-Hoo Lee. First pitch in there for a strike, right down the middle, looking, sinker, 0-1 count. And you can tell Bryce is on, just like with any of our pitchers, if they're hitting the strike zone, and painting the corners beautifully, within the first couple innings, you already know, what to expect out of Bryce is not necessarily perfection, but he definitely is our best pitcher. Logan Gilbert is starting to catch up, as of late. We just need Wu and Kirby to get back on the level of Miller and Gilbert, and we'll be just fine. And then obviously Hancock has been kind of up and down, but, a little bit better than what we expected. And then obviously Castillo is dead last, and he'll probably be a trade candidate at the deadline. 0-2 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Miller to Ramos. But we definitely could use another right-handed bat, at the deadline, but specifically pitching if we're not going to call up Ryan Sloan or Cade Anderson in the pen. 1-2 pitch, low and away with the splitter, 85 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Ramos. Two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Ramos. And that's 4 Ks already from our guy, Bryce Miller. It is Miller time. Let's go. Great job, Bryce. Pacing for 12 to 14 Ks already. We love it. Next up for Bryce Miller in the 6-hole, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. On deck is Willie Adames. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch in there for a strike with the slider, 87 miles an hour, 0-1 count. And that's one thing with Bryce, doing better than any of our pitchers, this year, is really being able to get off to a fast start and to dominate from the very beginning of the game, until he exits more times than not. So 0-1 pitch and a little blooper into right. Luke Raley is there, and he tried to jam the hitter. But nice hands there by Jung-Hoo Lee, being able to twist his hands quick enough to be able to get that little blooper to drop fair in right field. Jung-Hoo Lee with a single to right field. I see you, Jung-Hoo Lee. Next up in the 7-hole, shortstop Willie Adames. On deck is Drew Gilbert. First pitch, big swing and a miss there by Adames. 4-seam fastball, 94 mile an hour, high heat right down the middle, 0-1 count. Top of the 2nd inning, runner at first, Jung-Hoo Lee with 2 outs. 0-0 here early between the Giants and the Mariners. Oh, 1 pitch, low and away, paints the corner, gets a ball call. Cal is challenging. And he's been pretty good with the challenges lately. Let's see if we can end up getting the call here. There we go. Nice job. And the call is overturned. Good awareness there by Cal Raleigh. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first with 2 outs. See if we get another punch out here. Let's go, Bryce. 0-2 pitch. Low and away. Splitter missing there by Bryce Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first. Jung-Hoo Lee with 2 outs. One-two pitch, and Adames pops up. Should be a routine play here in left for Randy. And that is out number 3. Great job there by Randy Arosarena. And Bryce Miller looking very good here early on. Let's go to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and let's see if we can get on the board. Next up for the Mariners in the 5 hole, it's Nails, first baseman Josh Naylor. Batting second in the 6 hole, second baseman Cole Clutch Young. And batting third in the 7 hole, right fielder Mr. Hustle himself, Luke Raley. Tridents up, let's go M's. 67 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 1 on the Dono train. 99 to go. Every dollar counts. And we're at 52 likes. 48 to 100. Landon Roop, 6-8 record with an ERA of 4.27. And in the box is Josh Naylor. First pitch with the curveball in there to Josh Naylor, 0-1 count. Oh-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roop to Naylor. Oh, Naylor shows bunt. Wow. And it goes out of play. But small ball, you know, that definitely is something that we need to be doing on more of a day-to-day basis. You know, if it was me, I mean, I would love for us to bunt 2 or 3 times a game, but, you know, that's not going to be something that will happen under the Dan Wilson regime. 1-2 pitch, high and inside with a sinker, 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners as the camera has a close-up of Julio. Hopefully he'll be in the lineup tomorrow. Was a little shocked that he wasn't in the lineup today, if I'm being honest. But they're just trying to play it safe with him. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. But I mean, considering he didn't play in the Marlins series or the Rays series, and then they had a week off, you know, you think that would have been enough time for Julio to be in the lineup today, but, you know, I guess that's a team choice. That's probably not a Julio choice. Pitch fouled off there by Josh Naylor, out of play. Curveball, 76 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on and no outs. 0-0 here early between the Giants and the Mariners. Roop on the mound, Naylor in the box. And Naylor's only a couple home runs away from 10. I think he's at 8. Cal's at 9, and Colt Emerson is at 7. So And a majority of the starting lineup, other than those guys, is already at 10 or above. We are, obviously know Dom is number one right now with 15, and Rayleigh and Julio with 14. But, hopefully we can get a few more home runs from our studs. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball towards first. And Devers is there off the one hopper, toe tap on the bag. Good defense there by Rafael Devers. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Down goes Naylor. Next up, my favorite player, a great two-way player that could have been a backup reserve to the All-Star game this year, Cole Clutch Young. Let's go, Cole. I love players that play offense and defense. And we got, Cole Young and Colt Emerson and obviously Julio Rodriguez in the outfield. And, hopefully we'll be able to have a few others that will be able to be those type of players in the future as well. 0-1 pitch, foul behind the plate. Change up 88 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Roop to Young. And if Cole can get his batting average up, to 280 to 300, he'll be an all-star year in and year out, whether he starts, or ends up being a backup. And obviously we know Ernie Clement did a great job, but again, if you look at his numbers compared to Clement, who was a starter for the American League and Ozzie Albies for the National League, his numbers are right there, and he's only in his second year. He's only going to get better. Cole Clutch Young. 0-2 pitch, a little blooper. Throw to first. And that is 2 up and 2 down. Good hustle there by Cole. Next up in the 7-hole, right fielder Luke Rayleigh. On deck is Victor Robles. First pitch is inside, low, and at the knees. Sinker, 1-0 count. 94 miles an hour there by Landon Roop. 1-0 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Sinker is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Luke Rayleigh. Yeah, I think everyone wouldn't mind a home run by any of our guys at this point. 2-0 pitch. Low and away. Cutter missing. Good take there by Luke Rayleigh. And again, if we can get into more 3-0, 3-1 counts, that's where the home runs can happen. I mean, unless you're able to get a hold of one on the first pitch. 3-0 pitch, takes a strike looking high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike from Roop to Rayleigh. Three-one pitch, and Rayleigh pops it up. Deep center field. Back to the wall and caught. Dang it. And Gilbert is there in center field, and that is out number 3. All right, let's see who's up next here as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Next up for the Giants in the top of the 3rd inning in the 8-hole, center fielder Drew Gilbert, who just made that play on Luke Rayleigh. Batting second in the 9-hole, catcher Drew Kavanaugh. And batting third, 0 for 1, second baseman, leadoff hitter Luis Arise. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 67 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 1 on the Dono train, 99 to go. And shout out to our female audience, as well as all of our new subs, all of our regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. 2 innings pitch, 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, 4 Ks, 29 pitches, 20 strikes, 2.11 ERA. And again, this would be the guy that you would want to be able to start, the second half of the season in the first game, Bryce Miller. And in the box, in the 8-hole, is Drew Gilbert. First pitch to Gilbert, little dribbler. Cole Young is there. Throw to first, as reliable as they come. And that is 1 up and 1 down. We always can count on Cole Young to get the job done more times than not. Love his defense, love his offense, and I love his future. Next up is Drew Kavanaugh. First pitch is high and away. Slider, 86 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, popped up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. There by Bryce Miller. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the third inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. One pitch, low and at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the third, 0-0, Giants and the Mariners. Two-one pitch for Miller. High and away. Four-seam fastball missing there by Bryce. 94 miles an hour. 3 ball, 1 strike from Miller to Kavanaugh. Three-one pitch, low and away. And that's going to be a walk to Kavanaugh. Next up for the Giants, second baseman stud, Luis Arise. On deck is Bryce Eldridge. First pitch in there to Luis Arise. In there for a strike, 0-1 count. 329 average, 4 homers, 35 ribbies there by Arise. After that four-seam fastball paints the corner, 0-1 count. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 0-1 pitch, little blooper into right. Drops in front of Luke Raley on a 2-hopper. Kavanaugh hustling to third. And now runners on the corners at first and third with 1 out. And we need a double play desperately. I mean, unless we're able to get Eldridge to strike out, as well as Casey Schmidt. Next up, DHing in the 2-hole, Bryce Eldridge, and on deck in the 3-hole, third baseman Casey Schmidt. And I don't mind if any of our pitchers give up a few hits here and there, but again, we don't want any RBIs or home runs if we can prevent them. First pitch is low and inside at the knees, 1-0 count. Just got to keep that runner at third stranded. Eldridge with a 209 batting average there with runners in scoring position in 2026. 1-0 pitch. Popped him up. Cole Young is there. And that is 2 away. Perfect. Not deep enough for them to tag up. We love that. And that is 2 away. Good job, Cole. Next up in the 3-hole, third baseman Casey Schmidt. On deck in the 4-hole, first baseman Rafael Devers. .279 average, 19 homers by Schmidt in 2026. First pitch popped behind the plate and out of play. Splitter, 83 miles an hour, right down the middle, 0-1 count. Top of the third inning, runners at first and third with 2 outs. Bryce is good enough to get out of this little mini jam. He's done it many, many times this season. And hopefully he'll be able to do it again. Oh, 1 pitch to Schmidt. High and away. Four-seam fastball just missing the corner. 95 miles an hour, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners on the corners at first and third and 2 outs. Top of the third, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. One pitch. Popped him up. Deep center field. And Robles is there, and that is out number 3. Way to get out of that jam. Nice job there by Victor Robles, even though he had to do a 360 to relocate the ball, but finally he did. Good job, Victor. All right, let's go to the bottom of the third inning, and let's get on the board already. See if we can get on with a home run or an RBI. Next up for the Mariners, in the 8-hole, center fielder Victor Robles. Batting second in the 9-hole, shortstop Colt Emerson. And batting third, 0 for 1, third baseman back at the top of the order, J.P. Crawford. Right ends up. Let's go, M's. $67 subs to go to 24,500. 1 on the Dono train, 99 to go. Let's see if we can get a few more individuals to help with that. And let's see where we're at on the likes. We're at 62, 38 to go. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. All right, so Roop so far, 2 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, no Ks, 35 pitches, 22 strikes with a 4.18 ERA. Get into Bryce's here in a moment. First pitch from Roop to Robles, takes a strike looking high and inside with a sinker, 93 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball towards third and foul. Sinker, 93 miles an hour there by Landon Roop. No balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. Oh-2 pitch, fouls it behind the plate. Curveball, 76 miles an hour, low and away. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the third, still 0-0 here early between San Francisco and Seattle. Rebecca in the building, how are you? 0-2 pitch to Robles. Big swing and a miss. Nice punch out there from Roop. And that is 1 up and 1 down. 6-8 record, ERA of 4.27, so nothing really to fear. Just got to be able to get into a rhythm after the All-Star break. Next up in the 9-hole, shortstop Colt Emerson. On deck is J.P. Crawford. First pitch to Colt. Little line drive towards first and foul. 25% of Colt's hits so far this season have been home runs, but again, he's only around that 28, 29, hit level, and his batting average is getting closer to obviously 200 rather than 300. But again, to have 28, 29 hits and 7 of them are homers, that's, pretty impressive. We just need him to be a little bit more consistent. And obviously being a rookie, you're going to go through those ups and those downs, and he'll be much better next season, just like Cole Young was. Sean with a 20. And Sean understands the importance of taking care of dog dad duties. Appreciate you. We're at 21 on the Dono train, 79 to go. And also considering I've had to, drop $1,100 in the last 3 months on 3 separate vet visits to Paisley. She finally is not wearing the cone, full time anymore. I still have to have her wear it while I'm working. But again, for a majority of the day, she is not wearing it anymore. So she is starting to heal up, which is great. Little slow dribbler, throw to first. And that is 2 up and 2 down as Emerson grounds out to second. Next up, 0 for 1 back at the top of the order, third baseman J.P. Crawford. On deck is Randy Orosarena. First pitch in there for a ball to JP, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch from Roop. Low and at the knees. And I like this take more. I was kind of shocked that JP swung at the first pitch to start off. Normally he never does that. He's the most patient hitter on the team with Dom, number 2, and Young, probably number 3. And 2-0 count, low and away. And this is why you want to make sure, you play within yourself and not try to go outside of your norm. And now he's in a 3-0 count. And now this is more of a pitch that you probably will have a better chance of getting something, or if you're patient enough, you can take the walk just like JP did there with a pitch low and at the knees. And not only does that get the pitch count up, it gets the pitcher frustrated, and then JP doesn't even have to swing the bat, and he's already at first base. Great job, JP. And if he would have taken a walk, potentially in his first at bat, who knows? Maybe we'd be up 1-0. Good job, JP. Next up, the all-star this year, left fielder Randy Orosarena. Great hitter, not the greatest at hustling or defending ground balls in left field. Pretty good at pop-ups, but again, for a guy that's got that kind of ability, if he just would actually try, hustling every time like Luke Raley, and actually be a little bit more proficient, in ground balls and throwing lasers instead of lobs into the infield. I mean, he could probably be a top 20 player in baseball, but unfortunately he picks and chooses when he wants to play. And that's a damn shame, and again, maybe we should have him just DH so that way we don't have any issues out there in left field. But, again, with the injuries that we've had, we don't really have that luxury. Big swing and a miss, low and away. Curveball, 76 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roop to Orosarena. But Randy is a great hitter. He's been the most consistent hitter from the beginning of the year. We've had a lot of guys get injured. And finally, when Randy hustled to first base the first time this year, what happened? He tweaked his hammy. Go figure. So, I guess hustling isn't for everyone, but it should be. 1-1 pitch from Roop. High and inside. Sinker missing there. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first, J.P. Crawford with 2 outs. And we've been pretty good with 2 outs in the last month and a half as well. See if we can get a nice little 2-out rally going here. Little dribbler towards third. Long throw to first, and Randy not hustling to first. And again, just trying to show that you care about the team rather than just yourself. And I don't understand why Randy just is that way. And another thing is, why aren't the coaches calling him out? I know if I was managing the team, regardless as great of a hitter as he is this year for us, I would tell him, if you're not going to hustle, to first base, and you're not going to hustle for ground balls, you're not going to play, But again, it comes up from the very top, with the GM and the ownership, and it would just be nice to hold lazy players accountable. And for a guy that has that much talent, it's just a damn shame. All right, let's go to the top of the 4th inning and see who's up next here for San Francisco. Next up for the Giants, first baseman Cleanup hitter 0 for 1 with a K, Rafael Devers. Took him a while to gain a little bit of momentum and rhythm with the team after joining last season. Batting second 0 for 1 with a K, left fielder Elliot Ramos. And batting third 1 for 1 with a single into right field, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 67 subs to go to 24,500. Shout out to Jack and Sean. We're at 21 on the dono train. 79 to go. Every dollar counts. And we're at 68 likes. 32 to 100. Yeah, and I know it was miserable for Paisley wearing the cone for, 2 weeks, because you got to think in dog days, for every 1 day that we're alive, that's like 7 days a week for a dog. So to have a cone on for 14 days, that's like 14 weeks, to a dog. And I know it was probably made sleeping a little challenging, and whatnot. And just, having a plastic cone around your head, day in and day out. But, she's a trooper. She's healing up well. And, again, I love her with all my being, and just great to be able to see her a little bit happier now, not having to wear it full time. First pitch, big swing and a miss to Devers. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour, high and away, 0-1 count. And Devers is one home run away from joining the 20 club. He's at 19 so far. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Slider, 87 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Devers. And Devers is another guy that has had some issues with his attitude and hustle. And again, there's a reason why certain teams have given up on him, based off his attitude and hustle. And, those are big parts of, baseball. You can be a great player, but if you got a shitty attitude and you're not a good teammate, or you don't hustle, it's definitely going to rub people the wrong way, no matter how many home runs, you can hit or how many RBIs you can get throughout a season. No balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Devers. 0-2 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour. Just missing the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 4th inning, and we're still knotted up at 0. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Sean for helping us out on the dono train. Hopefully we'll get a few others. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, high and inside, and Bryce is on one. Another punch out there for Bryce Miller. It is Miller time, baby. Nice job, Bryce. 5th punch out for Bryce Miller so far, only on 47 pitches, 31 strikes. Great job. Next up in the 5-hole, Elliot Ramos. And on deck is Jung-Hoo Lee. First pitch paints the corner, low and away. 0-1 count to Ramos. Oh, 1 pitch, low and away. Splitter missing there as it bounces into the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike from Miller to Ramos. That splitter was 84 miles an hour, low and away. Still waiting on our first hit, and again, if we can get the pitch count up and be patient like JP was with the walk, eventually, that big RBI or that big home run can happen. But, obviously some guys are going to be a little rusty after having about a week off. Some guys, more than that, like Julio Rodriguez, hopefully we get him back tomorrow. But all signs point that should happen. Pitch fouled off, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour there by Bryce Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Miller to Ramos. 1-2 pitch. Sweeper missing, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Ramos. Two pitch, a little slow dribbler. Throw to first. Wow, what a defensive play. Great job there by Colt Emerson. Beautiful. And he may have some problems, in the box. He's a rookie, and he's struggling a little bit, hitting wise. But one thing you can count on Cole Young as well, with the CNC factory, is that they're always going to play great defense. Great job there by Colt Emerson. What a play. And that is 2 away. Next up is Jung Hoo Lee, who got a single into right field as Miller tried to jam him inside, and he pulled his hands tight and was able to follow through with a beautiful swing for a single into right field. First pitch is low and away with a sinker, 95 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Giants have 2 hits so far. Mariners have none, but I do believe that big hit, is definitely approaching. I mean, if Cal's, home run swing didn't go foul, we would have been up 2-0. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour missing. 2 balls and no strikes to Jung Hoo Lee. 2-0 pitch for Miller. Gets the corner for a strike. Beautiful sinker there by Miller. 2 balls and 1 strike from Miller to Lee. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday night. 2-1 pitch. Hard hit ball. Oh, just out of Young's reach. And it rolls to Luke Raley. Not, based off Young not trying. He fully extended in that ball just out of the glove's reach. And another single there by Jung Hoo Lee. Good hitter for the San Francisco Giants. Jung Hoo Lee is batting over 300. Same thing with Luis Arraez. 2-for-2 day for Jung Hoo Lee. I know he's happy about that. Next up is Willie Adames. First pitch to Adames, 4-seam fastball, high and away, 1-0 count. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 1-0 pitch. Popped him up. And is that going to be... Nope. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. Mariners 48-49, 27-20 at home. Obviously we didn't have as many injuries and poor play. It's probably safe to say we would have been 2 to 10 games above 500. And then the Giants, obviously, having a bad year, 41-55, 19-30 on the road. So this is definitely a winnable game and a winnable series. And a line drive to Naylor, toe tap on the bag. Great D by Naylor. I see you, Nails. And that is out number 3. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Next up, in the 3-hole, 0-for-0 with a walk, DHing the Italian stallion, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. 15 home runs. If he gets another, that'll be 16, already leading the team. Batting second, 0-for-1. Almost hit a home run in his first at-bat. Let's try to get one here. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Sitting at home run number 9. Next one will be double digits and be number 10. And batting third, 0-for-1, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Naylor's at 8, 2 more, and he'll be in the double-digit club as well. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners. 40-plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. And every single stream, we will dedicate it to the one and the only Rick Riz. We love you. 67 subs to go to 24,500. 6.2 million views and counting on the channel. Less than 600 subs to go to 25,000, which is exciting. We're at 21 on the Dono train because of Jack and Sean. Shout out to you too. MVP so far. 79 to go to hit that goal. And we are at 76 likes. 24 more to 100. We got 154 in the room. So if you are in the room and you haven't smashed that like button yet, now 157. If you can do your boy a solid and smash that like button, if we can get 24 people out of the 157, we will be at 100. First pitch is low and away. Curveball, 75 miles an hour there by Roop. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, low and away. Good take here. 2 balls and no strikes from Roop to Canzone. 2-0 pitch. Little dribbler towards first. Pitcher a little slow getting to first base there, but just in time. Not really getting a lot of full hustle by Roop or Canzone there. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And on the mound for the Giants, 6-8 record, ERA of 4.27, Landon Roop. Crazy that we haven't been able to get a hit off Roop yet. It's not like he's a lefty, and it's not like he's been a good pitcher this year. He's 6-8 with a 4.27 ERA, but I feel it's just, based on having a week off, some of the guys are obviously just trying to get into their rhythm again. Obviously won that last game against the Tampa Bay Rays, which is something we desperately needed after a 5-game skid. First pitch is fouled off there by the big dumper. Sinker, 92 miles an hour, right down the middle, 0-1 count. Hawks in the building. What's good, brother? Captain in the building. What's good? C in the building. What's good? 0-1 pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roop to big dumper. Bottom of the 4th inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Giants got 3 hits, 3 singles so far, but obviously the defense was good. The best that they had was runners at first and third with 1 out, but we were able to, bail out of that, mini meltdown. And we haven't been able to get our first hit yet, but hopefully we will here. 2-1 pitch. Cal pops it up into shallow center. And that is 2 up and 2 down. True Gilbert with the catch there on Cal Raleigh in center field. Next up is first baseman Josh Naylor. And I think, if it was me and I'm, making this batting order, I would be moving guys around quite a bit. I think I would have Cal Raleigh in the 6 hole, not the 4 hole, because he's not really hitting right now, and he's been struggling all year. You could potentially move Cole Young a little bit higher in the lineup, move Cal Raleigh lower in the lineup, and again, if we're gonna stick with JP as a leadoff hitter for now until Donovan comes back potentially in about a week and a half, that's fine. But moving Dom to the 3 hole was smart. To get him an extra at-bat, later in the game, but 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking, sinker, 93 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Roop to Naylor. Yeah, Bryce is on the mound. He's pitching well. 1-2 pitch, and there we go. Our first hit of the game. Out of all people, Josh Naylor. There we go. Nice job, Nails. See if we can get something going here. Next up is second baseman Cole Clutch Young. Let's go, Cole. All day in the building. What's good? Hard hit ball. Deep right field. Fading foul. Oh, my. So now we got Cole Young and Cal Raleigh today, just barely missing home runs in right field. And obviously with JP, on board earlier, if Cal would have been able to homer, we would have been up 2-0. But, it's not like it's lack of effort. Guys are getting a hold of, a few of these baseballs, but they're just going wide right of the foul pole there in deep right field. Let's go, Cole. 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roop to Young. Come on, Cole. My favorite player on the team, Cole Clutch Young. Love guys that can play offense and defense. Emerson will be better on offense next year as Naylor skips back to first and safe, as the throw from Roop to Devers is not in time. But again, you got Julio Rodriguez that can play offense and defense and center, and Cole Young is kind of the equivalent in the infield. Just love, his progression, and he's just going to get better and better. 1-1 pitch, high and inside, almost hits Young in the face. Has to kind of jump out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike from Roop de Young. He had more home runs and more RBIs than the all-star leading vote getter in the American League, Ernie Clement. The only difference is Clement's batting average was about 40 points higher, closer to 300 in the 290 range compared to Young's normally in the 240, 250, 260 range. But again, he's only in his second year. He'll get better and better. 2-1 pitch popped up by Young. And that is out number 3. End of the 4th inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Next up for the Giants, 0 for 1, center fielder in the 8-hole, Drew Gilbert. Batting second, 0 for 0 with a base on ball, catcher Drew Kavanaugh. And batting third, 1 for 2, second baseman Louise Arise. All right, I'm going to go get Paisley a little snack here and check up on her. I'll be right back. End of the 4th inning, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Gained another sub during the commercial break. Appreciate you. 66 subs to go to 24,500. 21 on the Dono train, 79 to go. And we got 166 in the room. We should be getting pretty close to hitting that 100-like number here. We're at 86, 14 more, and we're at 100. We're almost there. All day and TJ in the building. What's good? First pitch there from Bryce Miller. Drew Gilbert, low and at the knees, 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, low and at the knees. Cutter missing there by Miller. 2 balls and no strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 5th inning, 0-0 Giants and Mariners. Two-0 pitch. Hard hit ball towards first. And that's a fair ball. Flip to Miller. And great defense there by Naylor and Miller. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Nice job, Bryce. Next up in the 9-hole, catcher Drew Kavanaugh. On deck, leadoff hitter, second baseman Louise Arise. First pitch from Miller to Kavanaugh. Big swing and a miss, high and inside, 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, 0-1 count. 3 hits from the Giants, only 1 from the Mariners so far with Josh Naylor, but it just feels like, something will happen. We may have to wait for the starting pitchers to go out for to see whose bullpen, potentially who will be better, to potentially win this game. But hopefully we'll be able to get a hit or a home run, before that happens. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Miller to Kavanaugh. One-two pitch, little blooper into shallow right. Rayleigh picks it up, and a nice single there by Kavanaugh. Next up is Louise Rise, who is 1 for 2. On deck is Bryce Eldridge. Top of the 5th inning, runner at first with 1 out, 0-0, Giants and Mariners. Come on, Bryce, settle down and settle in. And I don't mind that Bryce has given up 4 hits so far. I mean, we know when our pitchers are on and when they're off, and it's not like we're down 4-0 right now. And we've definitely seen a lot of that this season. So, for the game to be at 0-0, obviously, first game after, having a week off or so for a lot of these guys, sometimes a little bit more than that for a few of the others. And got to be able to hope that we can get enough to win this game 1-0, 2-1, or 3-2 before it's all said and done. And we got a mound visit there by Cal Raleigh, just trying to get on the same page with Bryce Miller. Batting average leader since 2022, Louise Rise, number 1, batting .320 since 2022. Impressive. One-0 pitch. Popped up. Shallow center. And Robles is there. Pretty close between him and Rayleigh. Got to have better communication. And that is 2 away. Defense there by Victor Robles. Next up with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runner at first with a 0-0 score. DHing in the 2-hole, 0 for 2 with a K, Bryce Eldridge. First pitch to Eldridge, big swing and a miss with a slider high and away. 84 miles an hour there by Bryce Miller, 0-1 count. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Top of the 5th, runner at first, still knotted at 0. 4 hits for the Giants, only 1 for the Mariners. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep center field. And that is gone. Yikes. And as soon as Miller threw that ball, he knew that that might be gone. And that is a 2-run jack there by Bryce Eldridge, 2-0 San Francisco. Splitter, 81 miles an hour, crushed. We had Robles climb the wall, but couldn't get it in time. Next up is Casey Schmidt. On deck is Rafael Devers. Great attempt by Robles. I mean, he climbed the wall. I mean, he had half his body, hanging on that, wall there, but just went over his head. First pitch in there to Casey Schmidt, 0-1 count, and hopefully that'll be the only, thing that Miller gives up, because obviously with only 1 hit so far, we can't get too far behind. Game is still winnable. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Miller to Schmidt. Now we may have to wait for Roop to exit and hope that they have a meltdown with one of their bullpen pitchers or a couple. But again, you just got to be patient. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 5th, 2-0 San Francisco. One-two pitch, and a little blooper into shallow center off a hopper to Robles, and another single there by the Giants. Next up in the 4-hole, first baseman Rafael Devers. On deck is Elio Ramos. Come on, Bryce. .248 average, 19 homers, and 52 ribbies there for Devers in 2026. First pitch right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 count. Come on, Seattle. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Still plenty of time. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike right down the middle. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the 5th, 2-0 Giants. And moments ago, Bryce Eldridge, homer to center, 402 feet with Kavanaugh on board, 2-0 San Fran. .02 pitch, runner goes. And kind of a wild throw. Somehow, some way, Colt Emerson gets a glove on it. I don't know how the hell he did that, but runner is safe. Come on, Ems. 1-2 pitch, and a hard hit ball into center, and Robles is there for out number 3. All right, Mariner Moose needs to come out now. We need help. All right, Mariner Moose, it's your time. We got to get it going now. We got to at least try to get to 1 as soon as possible to kind of stop the bleeding, so to speak. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1, right fielder, Mr. Hustle himself, Luke Wrigley. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K, center fielder, Victor Robles dropped the bunt down. And batting third, 0 for 1, shortstop, Colt Emerson. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 66 subs to go to 24,500. All right, 21 on the Dono train, 79 to go. And we're at 96 likes. We need 4 more people to hit that like button, and we'll be at 100. Can we get 4 people to hit the like button, please? Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Shout out to our female audience as well as all of our new subs and regulars. Everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. All right, we're at 103 now. Thank you so much. First pitch from Roop Duraley takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, and a nice little blooper there It looks like the Mariner Moose worked, and usually it does. You know, when we end up having a problem, you bring out the Moose, and usually good things happen pretty quickly after. And a great job there on a 0-1 pitch. Luke Raley with a cutter pulls it into left field, and a nice single by Luke Raley. Next up in the 8-hole, center fielder Victor Robles. Let's see if he can drop a bunt down to move the runner over. Small ball is king. And he does show bunt, but pulls back at the last second. Sinker 91 miles an hour, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Bottom of the fifth, runner at first. Luke Raley with no outs. We're down 2. We need to get on the board as soon as possible. And Robles with the bunt. And they do get the out at second base. Not the greatest bunt attempt there by Victor Robles. If you're going to bunt, my guy, you got to bunt towards third, you know, not bunt right towards the pitcher, right up the middle. And Luke Raley is out at second base. Kind of defeats the purpose, you know, of the bunt. We're trying to move the runner over. Next up with 1 out, shortstop Colt Emerson. And Victor trying to steal a bag and gets thrown out. Jesus, what are we doing? We've been terrible, obviously, running the bags this season. And Victor Robles getting a little too antsy. I wouldn't have definitely, you know, I get it. We need to get a runner in scoring position, but after having a shitty bunt, you know, trying to steal a bag right there, that is not good managing, you know, by Dan Wilson or whoever decided, you know, for him to go there. Wasted opportunity after Luke Raley got a hit into left. And we go from 0 outs to 2 outs really quick. One ball and 1 strike from Roop to Emerson. Come on, Colt. Big swing and a miss. Timing's been a little off there for Colt. You know, 25% of his hits have been home runs, but unfortunately his batting average has plummeted from 260 to around 200. And, you know, if he doesn't get it together, he's going to have a batting average similar to Cal. 1-2 pitch to Colt. Little foul tip behind the plate. Curveball, 77 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth, 2-0 San Francisco. And it also shows you how important Julio, you know, is to this team. You know, we can't really win games without him. And, you know, even with the Yankees, you know, they're still able to win some games, you know, without Aaron Judge, but it's not the same without him. Same thing with us, you know, with no Julio in the lineup or with him in center field in the no-fly zone. It's you know, been challenging to say the least. Pitches low and away. Change up 87 miles an hour there by Roop. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth, 2-0 San Fran. Two pitch popped up and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth, 2-0 San Francisco. Two pitch and a little dribbler arises there. Throw to first, and that is out number 3. All right, Mariner Moose, we need help. 2 hits ain't going to cut it. End of the 5th inning, 2-0 Giants. Next up for San Francisco as we go to the top of the 6th. Still time to come back and win 3-2. 0 for 2 with a K, left fielder Elliot Ramos. Batting second, 2 for 2, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee, having a good game today. And batting third in the 7-hole, 0 for 2, shortstop Willie Adames. Try dance up. Let's go, Elms. Got to find a way. Just got to have to wait for Roop to exit and then see what we get out of the bullpen. No, Naylor and Rayleigh were the hits. It's first game back after being off a week. You can't expect the Mariners to, we're not a great hitting team to begin with. So, obviously you would expect a little bit more, from the first game, but, records aside, I mean, that really doesn't matter, in the first game back after being off for a week. And a line drive that gets past JP Crawford and rolls to Randy Arozarena. Next up in the 6-hole, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. And if Julio is in the lineup, tomorrow and moving forward, it should be much better. It'll give us that kind of shot in the arm that we've been waiting for. And then another week and a half, we'll get Donnie back at third, and that'll give us another shot in the arm as well. So double play, throw to first. Oh, what the hell? Wild throw. And runner ends up getting to second base safe. What was that? Come on, Colt. I mean, in a game where everything is going against us, the last thing that we need is not to be able to execute a double play. Come on, Colt. I know you're a rookie and whatnot. I mean, we're used to JP Crawford fucking up and making a bad throw to Naylor, but we can't have you fucking up and making a throw like that. And why are you throwing sidearm, Colt? That's the same type of shit that JP Crawford was doing. And, you throw sidearm, it's not going to get to Naylor. They should just abolish the sidearm throw. It doesn't work. All right, now we got a mound visit here. Woodworth and Cal Raleigh and Bryce Miller. That's an error for Colt. I mean, and again, it's not like we're going to get that many opportunities for a double play. And, more times than not, Cole Young, Colt Emerson, are going to get the job done. Really, JP Crawford has been the guy that has been the guilty party for, having errors at shortstop and third this year. But, I guess when it rains, it pours, right? When, things are going bad, they continue sometimes to go bad. And when things are going great, you're on cloud nine. And we just got to hope that once, starting pitching, exits, that we can end up taking advantage of someone that, might be going a little sideways. First pitch is foul behind the plate by Adames. Splitter 82 miles an hour, high and inside, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch, popped up and out of play. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour, there by Bryce Miller. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Top of the 6th, 2-0 Giants. Oh, 2 pitch, popped up and out of play. Sweeper, 83 miles an hour, low and away. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Top of the 6th, 2-0 San Francisco. Miller on the mound. Adames in the box. 0-2 pitch from Miller. Low and at the knees. Four-seam fastball missing. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 1 out. Come on, Bryce. Finish. Let's see where his pitch count is at. He's at 83. 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball towards third base and foul. And honestly, for pitching, as long as our starters give up 2 runs or less, that's great. It's just that, when you don't have any runs on the board, it looks worse, And again, if we end up, having at least a run on the board, it's not as bad. But, the longer you go sitting at a donut and a 0, more people are going to assume that we're just not going to be able to come back. So, but there's still time once we can hopefully get Roop out, and we'll see who comes in. They got Ferrer and Davila warming up. Pitch is high and away. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Adames. 2-2 pitch. Popped up and out of play. And a hard hit ball, and thankfully foul. How long have you been a fan? Again, and that'll tell the story. A lot of these, fans that haven't been a fan as long, as some of us, are a little bit more patient with this team. If you've been a fan in the last, 5 to 20 years, there's a lot of us that have been fans for 30, 40 plus. So, if you can watch a team and love them when they don't make the playoffs for 20 years in a row, there's a different level to this. Big swing and a miss. And down goes Adames, and that is 2 away. Yeah, all your life, but how old are you? Anybody can say all my life. But how long have you actually been watching this team and following this team? For a lot of us, we've been watching since the 70s and the 80s. And you can definitely tell the people that have the patience and the people that don't. Big swing and a miss there. 0-1 count. Yeah, you haven't been a fan that long, bro. Felix Hernandez years, you've barely been a fan. There's been, people in the room, including myself and others that have been a fan since the very beginning or since the mid-'80s. And Gilbert gets hit and goes to first. If you've been a fan 5, 10, 15 years, you don't know the definition of being a fan in the Pacific Northwest of a team that, has had misery, and, again, we've had some moments, in 95 and 97 and 2000 and 2001. And then we had a 20-year drought. And then in 2022, Cal hit the home run against the Athletics. And then we ended up making the playoffs for the first time in 20 plus years. But, again, you have to look at the circumstances. First game after the All-Star break, we haven't really been that great of a hitting team. You just can't expect us to get to 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits every game. And you can't compare, what we did last year to what we did this year. We've had way more injuries, way more poor play, poor managing, So, again, if you're expecting the same type of results as what we did last year, you have to be, kind of real about it. Take a look in the mirror for a second. We only had a couple injuries last year, This year, we've had, the most injuries to any Seattle Mariner team ever in the first half. And, and I've been watching for 40 years. So, you have to understand, again, you're not going to be able to get, necessarily the results that you want out of this team this year. It's going to be kind of a slow but steady progression, hopefully, Next up is Drew Kavanaugh. And Bryce is going out. And Jose Ferrer is coming in. Hopefully we get the good Jose, not the bad Jose here. There's the young fans that have no patience. Top of the 6th inning, runners at first and second with 2 outs, 2-0 San Francisco. And a lot of the teams that we have, we are around 500. Every once in a blue moon, we might be 4 or 5 games up, but, For the most part, it's usually, floating around 500. And then eventually, we get hot in the second half and, good things happen. But to bitch and moan and complain and whine, I mean, it gets old. We already know the situation that this team is in, 1-1 pitch from Ferrer, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Ferrer to Cavanaugh. I mean, there's already plenty of miserable, sports fans in the Pacific Northwest, and being negative on the daily isn't going to make the Mariners get better or make this chat better and whatnot. So, and Ferrer missing again, and Cavanaugh going to first. And now we got bases loaded with 2 outs. I mean, is there going to be some impatient, miserable, older, Mariner fans, male and female? Of course. I mean, you're going to get miserable fans, of all ages, But again, you just got to try to be as positive as possible, knowing that, we're not the Dodgers, And again, you have to realize that, I mean, comparing, us to the Dodgers or us to what we did last year, you have to be realistic with knowing that we're always going to be normally underdogs. It's going to be tough, and we got to be able to prove that we can actually make the postseason in back-to-back years or back-to-back-to-back years before we really start, believing that we can, do it on a consistent basis instead of making the playoffs one year, then missing it a year, and then maybe making it the next. Like, it takes time, and we're just starting to, build the team the way that we want, since 2022. So, prior to that, it wasn't anywhere near, championship caliber, but we're, slowly but surely getting into that, mode, and it takes time. Building a champion is not something done overnight. 1-0 pitch, high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes from Ferrer to Arise. Three-0 pitch in there for a strike. And this is kind of the breaking point in the game right now. We're already down 2-0. You got Ferrer on the mound, not pitching well. And now we got bases loaded with a 3-1 count. We need to get this last out to keep it 2-0 if we're going to have any chance. 3-1 pitch in there for a strike. Thankfully, he doesn't walk that batter from third home. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with bases loaded and 2 outs. Come on, Ferrer. Let's go, Jose. 3-2 pitch. Little dribbler up the middle. Get that! Fuck! And a run scores. Young can't get to it in time. And that is 3-0 Giants. Wish Julio would have played today. Maybe that would have given us a little bit more of a spark that we were looking for. Next up, leadoff hitter, second baseman Luis Arise. Bryce Eldridge after Arise had that hit. 1 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs, and a K for Bryce Eldridge. Oh, 1 pitch. High and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ferrer to Eldridge. Little dribbler. There we go. That one goes through Ferrer's mitt into Colt Emerson as he has a little laugh about it. Toe tap on the bag. And again, it could have been worse. And just like in life, things can always be worse. And again, 3-0 stinks. But again, based on how that inning was going, we could easily be down 4, 5, 6, 7-0. So again, we just have to take a step back and then hopefully, get our first run on the board. And once we get our first run on the board, that second and third usually follow pretty quickly after. But we just got to be able to find that first run. And that's been the challenge, obviously, so far today. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 6th, and we got to get on the board. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 0 for 1 with a base on ball, third baseman J.P. Crawford. Let's go, J.P. We need a patient at bat. Batting second, 0 for 2, left fielder Randy Arozarena. We could really use a single, double, or a home run. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a walk, DHing the Italian stallion Dominic Canzone. We could really use a Dom bomb right now as well. Trident up, let's go M's. Got to be able to believe, you got to have that blind faith, especially with a team like the Seattle Mariners. A lot of times things are not going to go our way, and you got to be able to fight through the adversity. Just like in life, when things go wrong, try to be positive, and then sometimes good things will eventually happen. Miller is out. Ferrer ended up coming in for him. First pitch in there to JP, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to JP Crawford. On JP. One pitch. Another ball there to JP. 2 balls and 1 strike to JP Crawford. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. Curveball, 75 miles an hour, low and away. 2-2 pitch. Good take there by JP. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. All right, come on, Mariner Moose. We need all the extra help that we can get. We need that Soto mojo. 3-2 pitch. And JP pops up. Hopefully that goes out of play. And it does. Come on, JP. Check swing. Did he go? And JP strikes out. That was tough. If he just would have been he's been the most patient hitter on the team all year. If he just would have been, a little bit more patient there, and that obviously would have been ball 4. But, I guess when it rains, it pours, right? All right, next up is Randy Arozarena. On deck is Dominic Canzone. And we've had Julio out of the lineup, it feels like forever, and I can't wait for him to come back. And Randy with a little slow dribbler. Can't get anything past the infield. Throw to first, and that is 2 up and 2 down. We've had a hard time getting anything into the outfield. We did have 2 really good hard-hit balls by Cal Raleigh and Cole Young that faded foul into the right foul pole. That obviously would have been homers if they were fair. But other than that, a little bloop by Josh Naylor, and we haven't really been able to another bloop by Rayleigh, and it's been slim pickings. I mean, we have the same amount of hits as errors, and that's usually not a good sign. See if we get a Dom bomb. Hard hit ball, deep right field, and again, fading foul. Can we please just, get one of these to be fair? Now we got Young, Canzone, and big dumper Cal Raleigh smoking it into right field, but just past that foul pole. 0-1 pitch to Dom, and a little slow dribbler over the pitcher's head. Throw to first, and that is 3 up and 3 down. End of the 6th inning, 3-0 San Francisco. Next up for the Giants, 1 for 3 with a K, Casey Schmidt. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, first baseman Rafael Devers. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a K, left fielder Elio Ramos. Right hands up, let's go M's. Seven subs to go to 24,500. 21 on the dono train, 79 to go. Every dollar count. And we're at 121 likes, 79 to 200. Shout out to Jack and shout out to Sean for getting us going. See if we get a few others to be able to help out on that as well. 50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. Every stream we will dedicate it to one of my favorites of all time, Rick Riz. All right, we got 3 innings to go, and obviously this game is not going, the way that we wanted. But obviously, after a week off, it's very apparent that a lot of the guys are a little rusty, and it's not like we've been really a great hitting team, anyways. But hopefully, with Julio in the lineup tomorrow, that'll give us the spark that we need. All right, Nick Davila enters the game. First pitch is a ball from Davila to Schmidt, 1-0 count. Nick Davila on the mound. Casey Schmidt in the box. 1-0 pitch, high and inside again. 2 balls and no strikes from Davila to Schmidt. Two-0 pitch in there for a strike. Slider 87 miles an hour right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike from Davila to Schmidt. 2-1 pitch and a little bloop single in front of Randy Arosarena. Next up in the 4-hole, Rafael Devers. First pitch takes a strike right down the middle, 0-1 count. On deck is Elio Ramos. A 1 pitch from Davila. In there for a strike. Nice slider there by Nick. No balls and 2 strikes with the runner at first and no outs. Top of the 7th inning, 3-0 San Francisco. Usually the maximum amount of runs that we can come back from is 5. Anything above 5, usually we can't come back from, but Obviously, we have 2 hits and 2 errors. Hasn't gone really the way that we thought it would, in this first game back, but still have a chance to be able to come back in these last couple innings. And, with Julio back in the lineup, hopefully tomorrow, things could be much better. And a nice catch there by Luke Raley in right field as Devers flies out, and that is 1 away. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up is Elia Ramos. On deck is Jung Hoo Lee, who's having a great game. First pitch from Davila to Ramos. Low and at the knees, low and away, 1-0 count. Top of the 7th inning, 3-0 San Francisco. Runner at first with 1 out. 1-0 pitch from Davila, high and away. Slider 87 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes from Davila to Ramos. Two-0 pitch. Hard hit ball in right field, fading out of play. Largest win differential, home versus road. Mariners are top 4. White Sox, Rays, Tigers, Mariners, and Marlins are, that much better at home than they are on the road. Plus 154. So obviously we really struggle on the road, and it obviously has been a number of things. And a dribbler towards third and gets past Colt Emerson. Next up is Jung Hoo Lee. And Davila hits Jung Hoo Lee. Yikes. Oh, my God. Bases loaded with 1 out. I'm not really sure, about Ferrer and Davila coming in after Bryce Miller. But, if your starting pitching is, gets to a point where it's a little suspect, and then your bullpen is suspect, and then you can't hit, and you have errors, and you can't defend, hard to win a game. All right, now it's bases loaded again with 1 out. And it really does show you, the importance of having a healthy bullpen. No Brash, no Cooper Criswell, no Carlos Vargas for the whole year, and having to, filter in some of these other guys, just not cutting it. 0-1 pitch. And a hard hit ball there by Adames. And that is gone. Unbelievable. Grand salami on Nick Davila. 7-0 Giants. And again, usually the most we can come back from is 5. That ends up being 7. And again, at least we have 2 more opportunities against this team, obviously on Saturday and Sunday. And I believe it won't be like this on those occasions. Devers, Ramos, Lee, all on board, and Adames just barely getting it over the wall, but barely counts as a home run, and 7-0 San Francisco. And we haven't really got pounded like this that often, maybe 10 times, out of our, roughly 100 games or close to 100 games. So, and hopefully, we won't have too many more like this, but it is a part of baseball, 1-0 pitch. Little dribbler up the middle. Young is there. Throw to Naylor, and that is 2 away. Next up is Drew Kavanaugh. First pitch, takes a strike, looking right down the middle, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, little blooper in front of Randy. But everyone's giving up hits. It's not, it's not just Bryce Miller. It's Jose Ferrer and now Davila, or Davila, as some people say. But regardless, we're taking a pounding here today. Next up is Luis Arise. First pitch is low and away, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, and there for a strike. Nice sinker there. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the 7th, 7-0, San Francisco. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the 7th, 7-0, Giants. Because it definitely shows you how important it is to stay healthy, And again, when you don't have a healthy team, things like this happen, And again, we were very, very lucky, on the results that we got last year, with Cal's, historic season. Very minimal injuries, having a healthy bullpen pretty much the whole year, which we have not had this year, and not a whole lot of surprises, really. We definitely got hot numerous times, and this year has been the complete opposite. It's just been a struggle, from the very beginning. And Arise fouls it off himself. Hopefully he's okay. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. We better get Julio in the lineup tomorrow moving forward, because again, if we don't have Julio this whole series, depending on what happens with our pitching and our hitting, I don't want to get swept, right out of the gate, and again, we're gonna, definitely be competitive, in the AL West, because obviously we know the AL is terrible and the AL West is really terrible, but I guess we have to be thankful that it is terrible, because that way we're not in last place. Like the Angels, we actually have a chance, even as bad as we played, to still win the division or get a wild card, as that gets blooped up to Victor Robles, and that is finally out number 3. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 1 for 2, first baseman, Josh Naylor. And batting third, 0 for 2, second baseman, Cole Clutch Young. Right hand set up. Let's go, M's. Yeah, Roop is still pitching. He's at 87 pitches. But I don't know if he'll still be in. We'll find out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. kind of putting a damper on the firework night that they're going to have, obviously, when you're down 7-0, not up 7-0. But at this point, if we can just try to be able to get some individual stats, if we're not going to win the game, getting a few home runs would be great, giving us a little bit of momentum going into tomorrow. And Roop is back out for the bottom of the 7th. You have to assume this will be his last inning, though. But, he's only given up 2 hits, so who knows? First pitch from Roop to Cal Raleigh. Low and away. Does he go around? No, he doesn't. Change up, 88 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Roop to Raleigh. Bottom of the 7th inning, 7-0 San Fran. Two-0 pitch. Low and at the knees. Good take here by Cal. 3 balls and no strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Three-0 pitch. And there for a strike. Got a couple guys warming up in the pen. Three-one pitch. And that is a walk for Cal Raleigh. Finally, we got someone on base. Nice job, Cal. Good at bat. Nice patient at bat, which we haven't seen too many of those out of Cal this season. Next up in the 5-hole, first baseman Josh Naylor. On deck is Cole Clutch Young. Let's go, Josh. Sitting at 8 home runs, 2 more to get to 10. And first pitch, double play, throw to first. Toe tap on the bag, and of course they get the double play because, everything has just been going wrong for us today, and everything has been going perfect for them. So that is 2 away. All right, let's see if Cole Clutch Young can come up with a single, double, or home run here. Let's go, Cole. Would love a home run by Cole, so at least we're not at 0. First pitch in there for a strike to Cole Young with the curveball. 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch. And that almost hits Young there on the side. Has to kind of jump out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike from Roop to Young. One pitch, low and away. Change up, 86 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike from Roop to Young. Yeah, but you also have to consider that we don't have 2 of our main starters, with Julio and Donnie, and we haven't had Donnie almost the whole year. So, and a nice follow-through swing. Can it drop? And it does not. And that is out number 3. If you don't have 2 of your top 5 players playing, kind of hard to win games, All right, end of the 7th inning, 7-0 San Fran. See who's up next here for the Giants. Next up, 1 for 4 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K. DHing Bryce Eldridge. Batting second, 2 for 4 with a run and a K. Third baseman Casey Schmidt. And batting third, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. First baseman Rafael Devers. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Got to find a way to at least get to a run on the board before this game's over. $67 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 21 on the Dono train, 79 to go. All right, 128 likes, 22 to 150. '50th anniversary for the Seattle Mariners, 40 plus years on the radio for this legend and icon. Every stream we will dedicate it to the one and the only Rick Riz. Shout out to our female audience, our new subs, all our OGs and regulars, and everyone watching in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Asia, and beyond. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Got to find a way. Got to find a way to get on the board. If we're not going to win, we don't want to get shut out. Seven runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Giants. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Seattle. I got Cole Wilcox in the game now. First pitch in there for a strike with a sweeper, 85 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 0-1 pitch in there for a strike again, four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, no balls and 2 strikes from Wilcox to Eldridge. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and we haven't had too many of those today. Nice punch out there by Cole Wilcox. And that is 1 away. Next up is Casey Schmidt. On deck is Rafael Devers. First pitch is inside with the four-seam fastball, 1-0 count. Top of the 8th inning, 7-0 San Fran. One-0 pitch in there for a strike. Four-seam fastball right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Two balls and 1 strike to Casey Schmidt. Two 1 pitch, little dribbler up the middle. Emerson is there, throw to Naylor, and that is 2 away. First pitch into Devers is in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes from Wilcox to Devers. Oh, 2 pitch, low and away. Sweeper missing there by Cole Wilcox. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 8th, 7-0 Giants. One-two pitch, big swing and a miss, and Cole Wilcox pitching well out of the bullpen. A very quick 1-2-3. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th and see if we can at least get a run on the board. Hopefully we can get to at least 1 or 2, but it's been slim pickings here today. Next up for the Mariners in the 7-hole, 1 for 2, right fielder Luke Raley. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, center fielder Victor Robles. And batting third, 0 for 2, Colt Emerson. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th, and a tough one here today. First game back after the break, down 7-0. Obviously not going to come back and win this game, but at least we can get maybe a few individual stats, on the board, and hopefully we'll be able to get at least a run on the board, whether it be back-to-back hits or a home run. Roop is done. Now Foley is in. Jason Foley. First pitch from Foley to Rayleigh is low and away, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Foley to Rayleigh. Well, we're in the bottom of the 8th, so the Giants are batting after this, and then we will have one last chance to try to get a hit or something positive before this one is over. 2-0 pitch, hard hit ball towards first, but foul by Rayleigh. Sinker at 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Bottom of the 8th, 7-0 San Fran. Two-one pitch, little dribbler up the middle, flip to the pitcher, and that is 1 away. Good hustle by Luke Rayleigh. And that is 1 up and 1 down. Next up for Foley will be Victor Robles. On deck is Colt Emerson. First pitch to Robles is low and at the knees. Slider 84 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, Robles with a little blooper, and it does not drop. Good defense there by Arise, and that is 2 up and 2 down. Next up is Colt Emerson, and I'm really praying that we get Julio back into the lineup. We haven't been the same team without him in that Marlins series, that Rays series, and now in this Giant series. So instrumental, to having a good product on the field when Julio's out there in center field in a no-fly zone, making plays, robbing home runs, and also, getting hits, singles, doubles, home runs, and being Julio. 1-0 pitch from Foley is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Foley to Emerson. Come on, Colt. 2-0 pitch, high and away. Good take here. And if, someone just sits down with Colt and says, hey, just take more pitches, be patient. He's been in a lot of bad 0-2 counts and striking out, pretty often, after kind of off to a hot start, and then, reality kind of hit. 3-0 pitch. It's a strike, low and away. But again, it's his rookie year. He'll get better and better, as the years go along, just like Cole Young. And it'll be exciting to be able to see them progress. And, they already are, 2 of the, top guys, at offense and defense early on, even though Colt has been on a little bit of a slump, batting 250, 260, and now around 200. But hopefully he'll be able to get it up into that 250, 260 range sooner than later. Pitch fouled off there by Emerson, but obviously tough day today with the errors and whatnot. But, I do love the fact that we have Cole and Colt on the team. 3-2 pitch. Foul behind the plate to the T-Mobile bricks. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, 7-0 San Fran. And thankfully, we haven't been blown out like this a lot. 5 to 10 times out of 100 games is, probably too much, for us fans. But, it happens from time to time. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball into left field, fading foul. Sinker at 97 miles an hour. Count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. 7-0 San Fran. Come on, Colt. Three-two pitch. And that one is fouled back. Long at bat here for Colt Emerson. That was pitch number 8. Come on, Colt. See if we can get a single here out of Colt Emerson. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down he goes, and that is the end of the 8th inning. Just one of those days, I guess. All right, let's go to the 9th inning. And we'll have one last chance to at least get a run on the board. Next up, 2 for 4 with a run and a K. Left fielder Elio Ramos. Batting second, 2 for 3 with 2 runs. Right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. Great game for him. And batting third, 1 for 4 with a run and 4 RBIs with the grand salami, Willie Adames. Try to up. Let's go M's. $67 subs to go to 24,500. We're at 21 on the Dono train, 79 to go. Shout out to Jack and Sean. We're at 131 likes, 19 more to 150. And Michael Rucker is coming in. All right, Rucker on the mound and Ramos in the box. Being a fan of this team, it's not easy. You got to be mentally tough, and if you're not mentally tough, this definitely is not the team for you. You're going to have the ups and you're going to have the downs, and, there's going to be peaks and valleys, and again, a lot of adversity. But I still think, we can still win this division. The American League is not good this year, so just got to be able to get healthy. First pitch from Rucker to Ramos takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Oh-2 pitch popped up into right. Rayleigh is there. And that is 1 away. Next up in the 6th hole, right fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. On deck is Willie Adames. First pitch from Rucker to Lee takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. Top of the 9th, 7-0 San Fran. 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Rucker to Lee. 305 average for Jung-Hoo Lee. They got 2 hitters batting over 300. Lee and Arise. 1-1 pitch fouled off himself. Out of play. Curveball 81 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Rucker to Lee. 1-2 pitch, high and away. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Rucker to Jung-Hoo Lee. Two pitch, fouled off, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Rucker to Lee. 2-2 pitch, hard hit ball towards first and foul. Slider there by Michael Rucker, 85 miles an hour. Two pitch, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 9th. 7-0 Giants. Three-two pitch, hard hit ball, deep left field, fading foul. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Three-two pitch, fouled off and out of play. Three-two pitch, little blooper into shallow center. And a diving attempt there by Robles, but not in time. You know, it'd be really ironic, you know, with all of the things that have gone, you know, wrong for us this year, if we end up being the team that represents the American League in the World Series this year. You know, and again, we know how tough obviously the National League has been, and, you know, the Yankees and the Rays and the Guardians and the White Sox and, you know, the Astros and Rangers at times have played better, you know, and whatnot. But, you know, again, I still have faith in this team, even with us being down 7-0 in our first game back from the break. So 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes from Rucker to Adames. Oh, 2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and down he goes. And that is 2 away. Next up in the 8-hole, center fielder 0 for 3, Drew Gilbert. I mean, that's how it goes, you know, no matter what, you know. A lot of times the people are just hating, you know, is because they lost a bet or, you know, for, you know, whatever reason. You know, people love to be negative. You know, but again, you know, if you can watch a team play, you know, in a 20-year span, knowing that you have no chance of making the playoffs and you still enjoy them and still love them, you know, there's a difference, you know, to bandwagon fans, fair weather fans, occasional fans, and obviously fanatics. And, you know, not everyone is going to fall into this category. And there's a lot of bandwagon Mariner fans that only hop on when we're doing good, like last year with Cal, you know, that, you know, haven't shown up this year, but would show up if we start getting hot, you know, and that's just how it goes on any team. People love a winner, you know, but it takes a real fan to be able to go through the ups and the downs to really appreciate it, you know, and not just to be able to cheer when things are going good. It'll be that more meaningful, you know, once we end up making the World Series, you know, going through all the ups and the downs. And a little chopper, throw to first, and that is out number 3. All right, last chance here for the Mariners, not to win the game, but to get to 1. And I know that's kind of a silly thing to say, but when you've been getting rocked and you only have 2 singles and you have as many errors as hits, at this point, you're going to take anything. And, even if it ends up being, an unexpected home run, and we lose 7-1, I'd rather lose 7-1 than 7-0. I'll tell you that. Next up, 0 for 2 with a base on ball and a K, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 0 for 3, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a base on ball, Dominic Canzone. Right hands up, let's go M's. Not every fan is built the same, so. Hopefully Julio will be in the lineup tomorrow, so it won't be like this. And it's not likely for us to get blasted 7-0, like 3 times in a row, especially if we get this guy back in the lineup. He'll give us that energy and that juice and that flair and that shot in the arm that we've been desperately missing, not only in the Marlins series, the Rays series, but this series as well. All right, let's see if J.P. Crawford can give us a little bit of that Soto mojo and that Mariner magic. And then after him will be Randy Arozarena, and then maybe an unexpected Dom bomb, which we have seen Dom do late in games, even when the game is essentially over. But you can still add to your stat total, and he is at 15 home runs on the season. Julio and Rayleigh at 14. So if Dom can get a hold of one, obviously that would add to his total. So. I mean, obviously, if we were, doing better and we had a record like the Tampa Bay Rays or the Yankees, we probably would have a few more thousand people on the daily that would be here, but again, there's going to be bandwagon fans, of every team and whatnot. And even though some bandwagon Mariner fans don't want to admit they're bandwagon, but they are, because if they weren't, they'd be here, on the daily basis. Right. So, and I know that we can get 10,000, 20,000, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 people in a stream because we did it last year, and again, we just got to be able to stay true to ourselves and, just try to be as positive as possible, and, again, the American League is not good this year. Anything can happen. 1-0 pitch is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Killian there to Crawford. And a little dribbler and dropped. There we go. I'll take it. There we go. J.P. Crawford with a single. Adames, I assume, will get charged the error there, and he does. He gets a grand slam and an error, Willy Adames. All right, next up is Randy Arozarena. If Randy can get on, and then we can get a Dom bomb and lose 7-3. I know it stinks to lose, but I'd rather lose 7-1, 7-2, 7-3 rather than 7-0. Nice job there by JP. But again, for all of you regulars, that are here, we're going to be about this team no matter what. So, whether we win or we get blown out, 15-0, I'm still going to be watching this team, still going to be rooting for this team, and it's still going to be my favorite team, out of all the teams that I root for. So 1-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Killian to Arozarena. Two-0 pitch with the deflection. And J.P. Crawford ends up getting the second and safe. Dude, that was crazy. It looked like it went through the webbing in his glove, and it looked like it did. Yeah, it did. Wow. As I was going to say, he caught it, and then how did it go behind him? But Went through the webbing of the glove. You don't see that every day. 2-0 pitch and another ball. 3 balls to no strikes to Randy Arozarena. 3-0 pitch, takes a strike looking inside. 3 balls and 1 strike with JP at second. Let's try to get this runner home. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss off. Speed pitch there. And kind of an unbalanced swing there by Randy Arozarena. Kind of reminded me of Julio from last year. You know, kind of throwing his whole body into it. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Randy. And that is 1 away. All right, let's see if we can get a Dom bomb, baby. All right, 15 home runs for Dominic Canzone. Let's see if he can get number 16 here. First pitch, Dom popped up and out of play. 0-1 count. Woo versus Webb tomorrow. Should be interesting. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. And I hope that Dan, moves the lineup around. Having Cal in the 4 hole is kind of idiotic. He should be in the 6 hole. We got to be able to rearrange the batting order a little bit. I would be moving Randy down in the lineup, Cal down in the lineup, maybe even bringing Young higher in the lineup. You got to be able to, kind of move things around. And obviously, if Julio is back in the lineup tomorrow, we assume he'll be in the 2 hole. So that'll kind of solve that Randy problem. And then you can have Randy, in the 4 or the 5, with Naylor in either spot. And then Cal hopefully in the 6. And then have Young, Robles, and Emerson at 7, 8, and 9 if they decide to go that route as well. So, Julio really does make a huge difference, offensively and defensively. And batting order-wise as well. 1-2 pitch. Little dribbler there by Dom. Throw to the pitcher. And that is 2 away as JP gets to third. All right, nothing would make me happier here than if Cal can homer to make it 7-2 or even getting an RBI to make it 7-1. Brian Wu versus Logan Webb. And then we got Logan Gilbert versus Robbie Ray, the former Mariner. Come on, Cal. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Next home run for Cal will be number 10. A far cry from his 60 home runs, last year. But obviously, he definitely got overworked and eventually his body gave out. But still has a chance to get to 20-plus home runs before the season is over if he can get going. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. And Cal is challenging. And Cal wins the challenge. Call is overturned. Good challenge there by Cal. Cal's been pretty good with the challenges, whether he's catching or in the box. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at third, JP with 2 outs. Let's see if Cal can get an RBI based off a single or a home run here. Come on, Cal. One pitch fouled off right in front of the catcher there. 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at third and 2 outs. Come on, big dumper. Got to look at the bright side of things, even when things are going bad. Check swing, did he go? And then you can usually tell how people approach their lives. If they're always negative all the time, no matter what, chances are you're probably not living a great life. You got to be able to understand that, baseball is hard. Life is hard. Things are not going to go your way or the Mariners' way for that matter all the time, and you just got to be able to make the best out of a bad situation. 2-2 pitch. And Cal pops it behind the plate and foul. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Two-two pitch. And a little line drive towards first base and foul. Knuckle curve. We haven't seen a lot of those today. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Killian to big dumper Cal Raleigh. And then we'll quickly go over the stats, even though there's not really a whole lot to go over for the Mariners, but we'll still do it like we do every game. And we'll be live tomorrow in the mid-afternoon. And hopefully we'll be able to have Julio back, and we'll have a different result tomorrow. 2-2 pitch, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Killian to Raleigh. They're doing a fireworks show there in Seattle tonight. Would have been better if we would have won 7-0 rather than getting blasted 7-0, but I imagine the fireworks show will be very entertaining. 3-2 pitch. Cal pops it up. And out of play. Nice souvenir for a fan there before the fireworks show starts in obviously a few minutes. New schedule was released for the Mariners next year, even though we may have a strike. 4th of July game is no longer at home, so I will have to come up with another game to go to next season, and hopefully we have a season. 3-2 pitch. And Cal pops it up, and this should be the ball game here. And that is out number 3. Final score, Giants 7, Mariners 0. Let's go through the stats here very quickly. Won't take very long for the Mariners here. All right, J.P. Crawford 0 for 3. Randy Arozarena 0 for 4. And we'll definitely see a trend here. Dominic Canzone 0 for 3. Cal Raleigh 0 for 3. Josh Naylor 1 for 3. Cole Young 0 for 3. Luke Raley 1 for 3. And then Robles 0 for 3. And Colt Emerson 0 for 3. So our only hits were from Naylor and Raley, and that is not going to get it done. And then obviously on the Giants, much more of a productive day. All right, Luis Arise 1 for 5. Bryce Eldridge 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a home run. Good game for him. Casey Schmidt 2 for 5 with a run. Rafael Devers, maybe one of the more popular players on the team, but he went 0 for 5 today. Elliot Ramos, 2 for 5 with a run. Jung-Hoo Lee with a good game, 3 for 4 with 2 runs. Willie Adames, 1 for 5, but with a grand salami and an error. Drew Gilbert, 0 for 4. And Drew Kavanaugh, 2 for 2 with a run. Final score, Giants 7, Mariners 0. Tough one, obviously after having a week off and, having this kind of result. But if we get Julio Rodriguez back tomorrow and moving forward, things will be much better, believe you me. All right, final score, Giants 7, Mariners 0. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Tridents up and go Mariners.